Meanwhile, the meeting of ECOWAS Defence Chiefs has ended in Abuja with a resolve to dialogue to resolve the military takeover of power in Niger Republic. Nigeria's Chief of Defence Staff, General Christopher Musa, who read out the resolution, stressed the need for the establishment of a mechanism for tackling conflicts in the sub-region. Symphony CN reports.
It's less than 48 hours to the 7-day ultimatum issued by ECOWAS for the junta in Niger to restore power or risk the use of force. President Bola Tinubu has sought the Senate's support for military intervention against the junta, even though that might be a last resort. Rising from a 3-day meeting in Abuja, defense chiefs of ECOWAS countries agreed dialogue is the way to go.
We must intensify our diplomatic efforts to engage with all relevant stakeholders. Dialogue and negotiations should be at the forefront of our approach in resolving the crisis in the Republic of Niger. I'm happy that is being done and that is being carried out. However, it is crucial to recognize that the success of our deliberation depends on the implementation of the recommendations that we have formulated.
A military action against the junta in Niger could have severe consequences on the sub-region in the wake of escalating security challenges in the Sahel. But the military chiefs resolved to establish a mechanism for combating conflicts in the region.
We must strengthen our regional security architecture and enhance our collective response to security challenges. The coup in the Republic of Niger has highlighted the fragility of our region and the need for a robust and proactive security framework. We must enhance intelligence sharing, joint training exercises, and capacity building initiatives among our defense and security forces to effectively combat threats to our collective security and enhance interoperability.
While the regional body and President Tinubu have sent emissaries to resolve the impasse, the junta in Niger appears to be stuck to its guns. Sifon Asian, TVC News, Abuja.
I'm joined now by foreign policy analyst Collins Nweke for more on this development. We understand that West African defense chiefs have now perfected a plan to come up with a military action if the Niger coup is not reversed by Sunday. That's subject to the ECOWAS chair, though. But talk to us about at what point would you say a military intervention is necessary, and what has been the track record of ECOMOG in this regard?
Thank you for having me. The point where military action takes over is when negotiation has broken down. Now, I do not know about the deadline, the ultimatum of Sunday, and that is about 48 hours away. Now, I believe that negotiations, dialogue has got to be given its utmost time to ripen and to mature. I believe that it was excellent on the part of ECOMOG security chiefs to have come together in Abuja in the swift manner that they did. The communique that emerged out of that meeting was a commendable one. And obviously, it is now being domesticated by the different countries of ECOWAS. Now, the strong message is sent to the military junta in Niger is the fact that these guys are not playing. But at the same time, I believe that the priority remains dialogue, and it gladdens the minds of every peace-loving person to hear the security chiefs actually emphasizing as well that dialogue is the way to go. But indeed, talking tough like they did and outlining the actions to be taken should they not comply is equally a very good signal, because in the past, ECOWAS has shown itself to be more of a toothless bulldog. But the reaction this time around has been resolute, and it has been so far well coordinated. But again, dialogue is the way to go.
And some would ask how well dialogue has worked in countries like Mali and Burkina Faso and other, West African states that is now being ruled by military juntas. But there seems to be an active effort by these juntas to renew, or rather, renew their diplomatic ties with countries like Russia and North Korea. How much impact does this potentially have on, the efforts at restoring democracy in these countries?
First and foremost, those who question how much dialogue have worked in the past would also have to weigh the alternative, which is full-blown war, and the cost that comes with it. Now, when you make that analysis, you will find that war would always remain the last option. Now, we also have to look indeed at the ramifications of this particular crisis. The fact that other countries, other rogue countries, for want of a better phrase to use, are now being strategically involved and expanding it beyond, the West Africa sub-region. And so I do not believe that anyone wants to see the start of a third world war originating from, the West Africa sub-region. Now, what is different from what had gone on so far, before now, is the fact that, they have been very clear about the, sort of soft pressures that have been used, the sanctions that have been put in place, and the fact that it has been made very clear that you do not have in us a negotiating partners, one that actually pats you on the back like it has always been before. So I believe that, stepping up the sanction regime and finding other soft ways of, sustaining the pressure on the military juntas would be the next step. And that next step, I want to re-emphasize, should not be full-blown war.
Clock is ticking. All eyes on ECOWAS as to which way to go in the coming days. Collins Aweke, thank you for talking to us.